Ready?
I'm trying to across from you, so
Yeah.
looks better.
We're gonna lock it in here.
Is this in your way? Is this good?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
So, Kyle, would you like to intro this lovely
Nice
podcast?
start.
Bro, I'm behind the camera. You gotta intro it.
Start it off, bro. You start off shitty as ass. Don't do it, bro. Redo it.
Hello and welcome back to the Iron Bros podcast. We're on episode 11 here, and we're brought together with all three of us. We kind of messed up our upload schedule the last week. We apologize for that, but back. We'll be back next week with the Wednesday uploads at 12 p.m. And this episode is going to be about the Olympia because that's in a day or two by the time we upload this, and this is Wednesday.
Nice.
So the amateur O is going on right now, and you have a client in it.
I do.
You also see Dorian's competing in it.
Yeah, we got Dorian's competing.
He's lean.
Yeah.
This guy Danilo I just followed on Instagram. He looks really good too.
There's a couple bodybuilders too.
Shit.
Are there? Okay.
He's a good super.
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah.
Would you say the amateur O is another like? It's not. I don't think it is. What is the biggest national show?
NPC Nationals.
Nationals, I'd say, is the biggest.
And then would you think
national
it'd be
show.
like the amateur Olympia next, and then like the amateur?
I wouldn't put the
Arnold?
amateur Olympia with North Americans or USA's.
Okay.
But
What's
it's
universe in the
grown.
rankings?
For bodybuilding, it's never been a bodybuilder because they're tested.
Yeah.
It's different, right?
Mhm.
But same thing you could say for bodybuilding. The biggest shows are the USA's, North Americans, Nationals, and I guess now Amateur O. But
Okay.
anybody can compete there, right? From
Yeah.
other parts of the
Countries,
world.
yep.
But for men's physique and classics, since that's become popular the last 5 years,
Yeah.
that's where Junior USA, Junior Nationals, those shows, they used to be bigger and popular for bodybuilding, but now everyone chases that elusive pro card. So there's no pro card awarded to the big guys, unfortunately, at those other shows.
This guy's being classic, the amateur O.
He looks pretty good. He's not
Looks pretty
as
good.
wide, I feel. Not bad, though.
Yeah.
He could do well.
How old is
think
he?
I don't know how old he is. I think he's maybe mid-20s. But he's from Tampa. It's his first show, I believe, last week.
He did his first show ever?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That looked pretty sick.
Take a screenshot so I can put that on.
So we could show him?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Amateur O's starts today. Me and Grant are going to the Olympia ourselves. You're watching from home.
I am watching. from
Kyle,
home.
why aren't you going, man?
I just been traveling a lot, man. So, yeah, I'm broke. Life. Just
You're
me,
broke?
man.
You just bought an Audi.
Listen, all right, listen, okay. I'm broke. All
Sorry,
right?
you bought a brand new Audi Q8 with, hold on, the top tier package with the interior lighting, the ventilated seats, and the heated steering wheel. Let's make that
That's
clear.
a nice package. But no, I just guess I don't have anybody in it, obviously. And I just
Not yet, at least.
sometimes I'm wiped out of just going
Traveling.
to shows. I think I have to travel 4 weeks later, probably to Nationals, which is in Texas. So sometimes I just get like bodybuilding out,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I went 3 years in a row, and then I took the last 2 years off now.
You went to the O last year?
No, last year I didn't
2
because
years off.
I had no leg.
You went, the year before that was the Olympia in Orlando, which I went to.
We went because we lived there.
But then before that, you went?
Yeah, I went to Vegas.
Damn.
Yeah, I went with Lionel.
Okay, yeah, I know him.
So, but yeah, I went a couple years in a row. But to me, I don't know if I don't have good seats, and I never buy seats right away because everyone's always like, at first, I don't know if I'm going, and then I'm like, all right, and then I get nosebleed seats, and I'm just like,
That's
forget
what
it.
I had, and that's what Grant has. I feel bad.
Luckily, you
I
were
feel
able-
bad. Yeah, I lucked out. I bought more expensive ones. I got the VIP
Grant
package.
finesses his way. He'll get better seats. I'm not saying he'll get first row seats, but I don't think he'll be in the nosebleeds.
I mean, I'm not first row. I'm silver. There's gold.
Yeah. I'm going to try to
just
snag some
crazy.
media passes again. Because then I'll be on the
he's
floor.
got the media. We're not
Yeah.
capable of that. I sure as hell I'm not.
Imagine you carrying
Shayna's
a
just gonna
camera.
be up
taking-
close.
That's imagine me strapped to a camera.
Shayna's going to be up in the nosebleed section alone.
Aw.
That sucks.
No, and I'm excited because I think I get to also go to the
Expo?
not the conference. I get the
Press
expo.
conferences, right?
The press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is exciting to hear that. It used to be really good shit talking.
There used to be in like the 2000s, but nowadays it's
It
kind of
was
funny
so
because they
weak last
started.
year.
I remember like I don't.
It was what last
I
year?
always like watching them. I don't remember what
It
happened
was
last
so
year.
bad last year. There was no trash talk.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's too forced. Whereas
They
like,
try to create controversy.
generally
and
years
stuff.
ago there was like
Beef.
as much as like but you got I guess because there's so many interactions now. Back in the day, you didn't really get to converse with each other unless you called them on the phone, but you didn't see that online. Whereas now, all year long, guys are going back and forth. We're like commenting or posting
Social
this
media.
picture, this X, Twitter, whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a little different now.
So I forget who. Remember when we watched the CBUM event here in Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
That guy did something with Kai. There was a guy like commentating it or running it. Remember him?
Yeah, PA guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. What is that called?
I don't know, but
MC.
they weren't.
MC,
Remember
that's
them
what they call it.
talking about Kai Green and Phil Heath?
That era was crazy.
But wasn't that beef all made up to create drama and to create media?
I don't know how much of it was made up to be
Because remember them
honest.
saying in the movies or whatever video they were doing, they were like Kai Green was always who was the bad guy? Was it Kai or is it
Phil Heath.
Phil? Phil Heath.
Kai-
Yeah,
Kai Green
Phil
was
Heath
the
was the bad
underdog.
guy and Kai was the underdog. Orphan, that type of shit. So like, I'm trying to think back to just marketing, like the 2010, right? Like think about it, when social media wasn't that big, Instagram was just starting out and stuff, so they kind of created that beef. Like it's in magazines, Kai versus Phil, and the
Brought a lot of
conference would
hype.
come up, brought a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like the conference, like in general, like think about it. CBUM's image is beautiful; it's crystal clear. And all these like guys respect Chris, and they're like, "Come on, pose down." They're all like, "Nah."
Yeah,
like they're all like
I
super
think it's a little
nice.
different. I think perhaps it's like too scripted now. Maybe.
Yeah,
What
it's
they're
kind of
trying to do is very
kinda
It's
cringy.
very obvious to see it.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, I think there was some animosity. If you keep beating
Yeah.
me, like I'm actually fucking pissed off.
Yes.
You know.
Because like, bro, like
And the
you
guy
see
stopped
the
competing.
stage.
You know.
see the stage footage too. Like I think honestly, Kai did like he was
He did.
Because bro, like he elbowed. He
Oh yeah, he took it some type of way.
yeah.
Not this is completely off topic, but I watched Anton's show day video, and there's some kid threw elbows with him. Did you see that?
Yes, I know the client. Yes.
That was
Is that
funny.
also your client?
No. He works with someone else.
And Anton turned like this and like looked.
He did the right thing versus like.
Well, yeah, Anton was trying to just get ahead so he wouldn't elbow. And the guy just got pissed and bam, bam.
That's where I looked at it like Anton, like you're better than this guy.
Yeah.
So like don't
Stoop down to his level.
don't stoop down and put yourself at risk of losing because of your attitude.
Yeah. All right. So Olympia conference, which is going to be interesting to watch. We'll see how that goes. Mm-hmm. And then Friday. What's Friday?
You got the 212
Prejudging.
Is that
judging. You got
in-
the
at
men's
night.
physique. At night you're gonna have.
In the expo, though, isn't there something?
Classic.
No.
In the morning is classic.
Friday morning? No, they do all Saturday.
What's
No.
in the morning? The
Can we look it up?
No, it's Friday.
Because the PM show
The PM show
Day after.
Saturday. Yeah.
is for everyone.
Yeah.
Honestly, 2 years ago when you said the 212 at night. and then they
Because
switched
Chris, when he went on to prejudging, it was
was in the morning.
midday. Well,
Yeah.
more midday during the expo the day before.
it. Right. I don't think they changed that.
No.
So I'm pretty sure prejudging is Friday morning.
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't compete till Saturday night for the finals.
Yeah.
Olympia prejudging in the morning. Okay, got everything.
Dude, it was crazy seeing Chris in person last year at prejudging. Like he just looked
Yeah. I'm excited to see it.
absurd.
I forgot. I got to meet the Olympians.
You get to meet Chris.
I got to
First time, right?
meeting Chris?
Yeah.
No.
You've met Chris?
Met him with me.
It's pretty cool. He's gonna be in the zone though. He's probably not gonna.
No shit, bro.
Maybe you should dress up like him and.
It's like Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little. Yeah, that'll be funny. No, my goal is to say, "Hey, Chris, what's your posing song?" That's what I said to him when he was here in Jersey, and he said he didn't know yet. I wonder if he knows now, a day before the show. Friday's the prejudging, so we have Fitness Olympia. Not gonna watch that. 212. I'll watch. I want to see Keon. Figure. Not gonna watch that. Women's Physique Olympia.
Not gonna watch that.
Miss Olympia. Wellness. Maybe they got big glutes. Is that fucked up?
I mean, not to watch the stuff. It is what it is. You don't support it. It's okay.
Not that I don't support it. It's cool.
Sexy.
But it doesn't. Really,
it's
I just
okay.
said I watch the wellness.
I get it.
And
I don't think
bikini.
You're alone in those thoughts.
Okay. Now, I remember last year. Oh my god, the Olympia went on to like 2 or 3 in the morning,
Yes.
and people were pissed
So maybe they'll try to be a little bit
because
more
they
efficient.
put obviously all like the girls in between classic and like bodybuilding.
And
so
what
they
is
watch
scheduled
it.
for the night on the first day?
The night and the first day, Friday
prejudging.
finals. So this is the same day I was just talking about. So that was all prejudging. Now-
212
6 p.m. Friday finals got 212.
prejudging.
No, finals
Oh,
Prejudging's in the
everything is
morning.
done in one day for them.
for 212. Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's still the same.
Fitness Olympia figure, women's physique, Miss Wellness plus Mr. Olympia prejudging.
Okay.
So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Saturday in the morning, 9 a.m. VIP member entry. And then 9:30 Classic Physique Olympia starts, and men's physique, and bikini, in the wheelchair. Doesn't the same guy always been in the wheelchair?
Yes.
It's
Like
like
a seven
Kong.
time
Kong is his
something like
nickname, or like I feel like it's Donkey Kong or something.
I don't think it's Donkey Kong, but
Well, that's like that.
I do recall the same
King
guy
Kong.
winning.
King Kong. Hold on. That's definitely it. King Kong. King Kong Wong.
All right, so you could show
Wait.
that too on the screen. So we know
Maybe
what
I'm
you're
wrong.
talking
'Cause This
about.
is a show.
All right. Well, anyway, maybe you can get that information.
Anyways.
So going to, I guess, what are you most excited about? What division? Physique, classic,
All the
212?
men's.
All right, you have to pick one. What are you most excited about?
Of course, classic.
You mean, of course. Some people would say.
No, you're right.
the open.
Sorry, of course wasn't the right word there. If all the competitors were doing bodybuilding that were on the list, I think bodybuilding it would have been fucking Frank. But classic physique, I think. If I had to
Somewhat.
rank it, it'd be classic, bodybuilding, men's physique.
Okay.
Grant?
I'm most excited just to see men's physique simply because of obviously Jeremy Buendia. He hasn't competed for a very long time and he's coming back.
Me too.
So
Me too. He looks
in terms of classic, it's just like I'm gonna be honest, you know who's winning it, so it's like it's really just the matter of watching the routines, seeing Terrence just look like an absolute ballerina dancer on stage, and then it's just Chris comes in and just wins 5. But
Hey, I mean, Ramon hasn't showed his physique this whole prep.
bro, get out of here.
Ramon needs more than 10 pounds.
He gained 10 pounds, he said?
I think he had the ability to, so I hope he did.
But then with open, like we'll touch on like that. But you're right. Like if all the competitors on the list were competing, it would have been fun just
Even
because
more exciting.
it would have been a very heavy lineup. But Kyle, what division are you most excited for?
I think I'm always most excited for open.
Yeah.
I think the most competitive division is actually probably men's physique this year with how things were shaking up a couple
Yep.
weeks ago. So I think that's something that could truly go either way. I feel like all the other divisions kind of have clear-cut winners, to be honest, right? Especially with the recent development in open. So I just don't see it as being as competitive as it was projected to be.
Yes.
Just even a few days ago, But
Ready for this?
yep.
These are all the guys that are out of the big Mr. O. We have, please give me their name list. Oh, here we go. Kamal El Garani.
He's a 212 competitor.
He's a 212 guy. This is another 212 guy, I believe. But then Nathan Diasha, Big Ramy, Nick Walker, William Bonac, Brando, right?
Yep.
Rafael Brando, Ian Vier, and Brett Wilkin. And I think Nathan Diasha, Big Ramy, Nick, those are all crazy guys.
Nathan Diasha isn't.
He was
because
killing it.
He
His
got
visa, right?
His visa got rejected.
I mean, I'd say he was a top 10 guy. So you
Top
just
10.
named at least 3 or 4 guys that were probably perennial top 10 guys for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Ian got
Yeah.
what? 12? What did
He
he
got 6.
He got 6
I
last
think
year.
so.
Yeah, think about that. Those guys are all.
6 or
This
7.
Brett was that was his first time showing.
will be his
but-
first O.
Wait, does that mean he has to requal for
Yeah.
next year?
Well, they have the new rules now, right? So I don't want to
Top
do too
3.
many things, but yeah, they're really making everyone compete more. So if you're not in the top 3 and you haven't won a previous Olympia, because then you're automatically qualified,
Have you seen this photo?
you
So-
now have to qualify, which I think is kind of it makes people compete more.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit unhealthy
Makes them hungrier.
for the open guys, but it definitely makes it more important.
I know you're friends with him. Did he tell you like what was different about this prep?
Well, I think ultimately, obviously his legs are in a much better spot, right? I think other than the pose up top being a little different, I think most of his focus for Nick was on bringing up his quads and maintaining them as he kind of diets down, right? Because
Yeah.
usually at some point in his preps, they start to fall off. Like most people, if you're pushing that conditioning, your weakest body part is going to
Gonna
kind of
fall
come
off.
off. And being, again, anybody over 225 on stage,
You're big.
it's a lot of muscle. You can
Yeah.
really go in the wrong direction. Let's say if prep is away from you, but I think that's the most substantial difference is what he did with his quads. So I think that just came down to training, right? He
Probably
picked
lowered the
movements that
volume.
he's very. I don't think he was all over the place with his training. Very monotonous,
Yes.
doing the same movements, not chasing a ton of strength, and keeping volume relatively higher than I think he has in the past at some point.
So we don't want to gloss over this because we kind of just seamlessly ran into that. But and that, obviously Nick Walker just recently dropping out of the O is huge. We are all
Yeah.
close friends with Nick. So Nick, if you watch this by any chance, we hope you recover fast, come back stronger. We know you will. And from your Jersey boys back home, much love. And if you ever need anything, just text any of us.
I want to blow a kiss in the mic.
Do it.
That's for you, man.
So yeah, no, it's definitely. It was dampening mood yesterday, I'd say. I was
Oh, dude, I
definitely-
woke up. First thing I saw in the morning was that when I woke up. I was like, shit.
Yeah, I wasn't happy to see that. It's, you never want to see anybody pull out, especially a few days before, and like that's for like any major event, you know.
Yeah.
But especially bodybuilding,
Tell me the break. Was that
No.
break?
I don't think so. But especially for bodybuilding, it's like there's no team. It's not like you can go. Your team goes to bat without you. It's just you, and now he
Done.
can't be there. So that I can only imagine what that's like. I'm no stranger to injuries, so you know the main thing when I talk to him is if he doesn't need surgery, that's like. It's easy, man. Just take. You gotta. It's easier to recover, right? Sucks that you can't do it, but I think he still has his best years ahead of him.
Yeah.
So I think he'll come back just like and use it as fuel. Whereas when he had lost his pro card, came in second back in USA's, that's when he really started to evolve and became a different bodybuilder. Won his pro card the following year with North Americans, then did the Chicago Pro, right? Ends up winning the New York Pro thereafter, the Arnold's. So he really took off as a bodybuilder, and I think this would be no different because I legitimately think he had a good chance this year, right? To where he wasn't going to be outside of the top three. If he was on, he really could have been that guy. It's just a matter of what look they were going for, maybe. So to kind of have that robbed from you without the judges actually placing you somewhere, it sucks. But his best days are ahead. I think he'll be back stronger than ever, and I hope he uses it as fuel and all the support. I know you guys saw the video probably that he had posted. You got tons of support from like literally every division, current people, past people. So I think that speaks volumes to like, hey man, you're well received. People look up to you. They love you. Your work ethic is unparalleled. Everyone points that out. So I hope it's as easy as possible to deal with such a horrific decision. In terms of the situation, but
Crazy stuff.
so anyway, I mean, as far as predictions, right? We can kind of graze on those, starting with bikini. Kidding. Men's physique we'll start with.
Another men's physique?
Yeah, who do you think? You could just, predict maybe who you think winning. You don't have to be perfect with your top five. If you care to speak to your top five, do your thing.
All right. I think it's going to be top five. I think Chiron will win. I think Chiron, him dethroning, right, Aaron Banks, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago at this point now, was big. I think he'll win. I think our top five, I don't know what order. Chiron winning, though. Aaron Banks will be in there. Brandon Hendrickson. Ryan Terry. Now I'm kind of stuck.
When Jeremy there?
I think that'd be sick. Jeremy, who I feel like I'm missing one major guy. Brandon, Aaron, Chiron, Ryan, Jeremy. I think that'd be a sick top call.
Diago. He came in top.
Oh, yes, those
Diogo.
guys. Yes, I know you're talking about. You know what? That's the top five that I think can do it and that I personally like.
Yeah.
So that's my top five.
Okay.
Callie, who do you got? I know you know every men's physique competitor.
You love men's physique.
It's my favorite division.
Were you into men's physique before, like, I was a client?
No, I hate it.
Did you ever compete in men's physique?
It wasn't a thing when you competed.
You ever see SpongeBob compete in fucking in men's physique? No. I have a boxy waist, so men's physique was not my thing, let's say. I was not the Hollister model. But it's really changed over the years. Like, now guys are pretty heavily muscled. Whereas when it first started, think of, like, Hollister,
Yes.
Billabong, like, those... What are those things called? That are
Board
outside the
shorts?
store.
Models? Mannequins?
Mannequins, right? That was, like... That's kind of how it was, man. And now it's evolved to, like, people that just train upper body almost.
Yeah.
But I do think I'd like to see Chiron win.
Yeah.
It would
He looks
surprise me
nice.
if Banks like sharpens up from the previous showing, and they kind of just did it as a little teaser, like, hey, like get a little bit better, make this more interesting. But I'd say those are 1 and 2.
I want to show Grant this. I sent it to you, but it was Jeremy Buendia, actually. They kind of showed his front pose throughout when he competed in the Olympia and when he won to this year's, and it was kind of gnarly. Fuck, I forget what Instagram account it's
I don't
on.
know. Like, with Jeremy, it's always the situation of, like his shot from the front is just insane. I think for him, his biggest thing he's got to focus on is bringing his his back.
You think his back's behind?
It's not that it's behind, but like just look at the development on like Chiron's back. Look at the development on even Aaron's back. The density is just insane.
Yeah. Okay. I had it all. Can't find it now. Damn, he even I thought he posted it. The hell? It was crazy. It was definitely improved. I mean, it took it's been 2018, 5 years. Yeah. It was a photo of the same front shot. Here, maybe it's in this video. Let's see here. Nope.
Bruh. That's even nuts, though.
All right, you know what? I can't find it, but I think Germany's going to do really good.
Okay.
So what do you think for Classic?
Oh, you didn't say men's physique.
What?
Who did you say was going to win men's physique?
He has the same exact 5 that I do.
How are we supposed to know that?
I said that.
Okay. Classic. Who do I think will win Classic? I mean, I think Chris will win Classic. I think won't really be too competitive in terms of, I know he's already below weight, so that's a stress off your shoulders when in the past sometimes he's struggled until that final moment. But I think the main thing is this: if he can manage his stress at this point, I think it's his show to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You
Chris.
think the top 2? You think like the top 3 will change it all outside of Chris? Like you think Ramon will get lower, the same?
I like to see Urs second.
That'd be cool.
But again, I can't really speak to Ramon. We haven't seen him. He kind of stayed on the cover. I don't think he's gonna. He shows up very consistent every year. He's conditioned. He gets a little bit better. So I think Urs' shape just has potential to beat that. You know. So from what I see with Urs, he's in good shape, bigger. He's a miniature version of Bumstead in terms of like how it looks in certain silhouettes. So that's why I think he could slide to second. But outside those top 3, I don't see it changing. Do you?
No. Am I wrong, or did Ramon like really come in the spotlight last year? Because like 2 years ago, I feel like I didn't know who he was.
I don't remember what his last recent placings were. I mean, I realized he was like super popular last year. I remember,
Yeah.
He was
you know,
super
one on like
popular
him
last
and
year.
Ian, where his fans, you know, kind of harassed Ian.
His fans harassed Ian?
You don't remember them putting
No.
the emoji on every
Dinosaur.
Why?
He said something about Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ian had said like something about Ramon didn't like stack up to Chris. I don't remember the exact words,
the entire Dino army just.
but yeah, I never seen something like that in my life. It was like the country of Brazil against Ian.
That is so. Well,
very-
okay. So here's I think why. So right now is NPC website like history.
Yeah.
2021 IFBB Muscle Contest Brazil Pro first qualified for the Olympia in 2022. From that, last year was his first Olympia and he got second.
Was it his first Olympia?
It has to be. Yeah.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
Well, I mean, that's pretty phenomenal. I don't know why people don't talk about that more.
Yeah, I never knew that. So hopefully you guys didn't know that either. That's
Hope
kind
he
of
doesn't turn
crazy.
into Kevin Levrone.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean,
I think he's phenomenal. You know, he's good. He comes in shape. So anybody that comes in shape, I respect
I
that.
remember last year his posing was the thing that people talked about a lot too. His posing was kind of poo-poo, and he improved it to the Arnold. And I guess it'd be exciting to see what he does this year differently to improve that even more. Because I remember he was like very fidgety on stage, and he was just moving too much.
Yeah.
Like, not locking it in. So it'd be cool to see like an improvement there with like that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Ramon, damn. You know what's crazy though? Maybe this is bad talk to talk about, but you can kind of see it in those guys' face, just like usage. You know what I'm saying?
You said usage?
Usage, like gear usage.
They use gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say it's very obvious. They don't look.
Something
their
happened
age.
like to his neck. It looks like, bro. It looks just like
I don't like.
disinformed.
I don't think any person on the Olympia
Deformed.
stage
Deformed. Fuck. Thanks.
gets there without pushing. You know,
Yeah.
at some point in their career, and I don't think it's healthy by any means. They can project what they want, but it's not healthy because if it was, they'd be doing it for 20 straight years. You know.
I don't know why, but Asian bodybuilders, I feel like just blast gear. Like
I don't know. They just have the craziest leg development
no,
ever.
but like I see like on my explore page, like Branch, obviously, but like I guess like lower level Asian bodybuilders. I don't know if they're Chinese or Korean. I don't know how to read the language, surprisingly. But yeah, it's weird. It's like their skin. It's like the cosmetic look of it. It looks like they're just
But some of that's genetics too, you know. I mean,
every single one.
it's a culture. I don't
That Chinese growth.
know. It's something, but their skin is just it's a little thinner. It's a little different.
God, why don't my skin look like that? Is it because I'm
Yes.
whitewashed?
Yeah, I mean you're Americanized. So
Fuck.
maybe that's why.
So Ramon, we have the top three, right? Urs, Ramon,
Yeah.
Chris. Now outside of that,
Mike Summerfield,
I like him.
Terrence can be up
Terrence. Oh, bro,
Terrence will
so
be up
bad.
there. There's this guy. I don't think he'll maybe like I don't think he's gonna be top 5, but I do like him. His name's Diego Classic
Oh, I know.
on
who you're talking
Instagram.
about.
Diego Galindo. Very sick posing routine.
Make sure you.
Should I screen record it so we can put it on the screen? Hang on, I got you guys. We're gonna make
Yeah.
sure you guys can
So
follow.
while
along
you're
with us.
pulling that up-
here it is. He does this
Looks
crazy.
a little short though.
He is. There's a photo of him with Urs the other day. I'll just show you too. And I got to say, I don't think it'd be top 5, or we'll see where he
He just has a good
places.
shape for it, though.
So
for
he's
sure.
getting an honorable mention here.
Honorable mention. I think he. Watch this, bro. He does some mime shit coming up. What do you think is gonna be mime shit, Kyle?
I have no idea.
Ready? Invisible rope. Talk about a transition.
Definitely good physique, man.
Is Logan Franklin competing at the Olympia?
No, he didn't qualify.
He didn't call.
This guy looks pretty awesome.
Looks pretty cool, right? Really, like I think he's a nice honorable mention because I think he's extremely, I guess, classic
shot.
in terms of his posing. He's super elegant. So, shout out to you, man. You inspired me for some posing.
Anybody else in classic you want to give an honorable mention or
No.
proceed?
We'll proceed. So let's talk about open. So now,
What
obviously,
about 212, bro?
bro,
I don't know
Sean
enough
Clarita's
about 212.
down, bro. Like, come on, Jansen on top.
Oh, here you go. Here's,
Keon can do very well. Oh, the guy's a midget, man. What's up with these midgets, bro? I hate midgets. Come on.
that's what I mean.
Oh, that's right. Keon is in 212 now. Actually, yeah. let's
no, so
talk
I think
about
Keon
212.
will do pretty well. I don't. Again, Clarita's. If he's on, it's hard
Yeah.
to beat that, right? Like
Yeah.
I think he's in a good spot, so I could see him very well
he's so
getting
damn bubbly.
his third. Right, that'd be cool.
Wait, you said Keon in third?
No,
Who's second?
Clarita getting his third title, I think, is
Oh.
very achievable.
Yeah. But
I think Keon's got a good physique. If Keon's in shape like he needs to be,
yeah, Keon has great shape. It's
His
just
shape
the issue
carries
with him,
him, you know?
is getting him like peaked and getting him like.
perhaps
where
his
he
skin's
needs
a little
to-
thicker right now. It takes time. He's still young too, you know. He's not like
Yeah.
30.
Because I remember last year when I was talking to his coach Patrick, his biggest issue was the peak. Like the prepping was okay, but then once he got to like 2 weeks, like then shit always hits the fan. So it's just they've been always trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it could be the skin being a little thicker. It's not like necessarily he's not lean enough.
Yeah.
It's just how the muscles press up against the skin. you
Yeah,
know?
so-
it takes time to have that be a little thinner over time.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I think it's 212. So then going to
open
the fun class, which has obviously changed a little bit
a little bit, a lot
with,
of it.
with Nick dropping out.
That does change it up. Top 5 at least.
Yeah, I think. I mean, my winner.
Top 3 for you, Nick. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I think do you want to go first or?
I think Derek is gonna win.
I agree with that. I think Derek will win. As far as how things shake up after that.
It's a throw up at that point. Do you think Hottie
Well,
will
listen
get
here.
second?
I gotta give my opinion. I foresee Derek winning as well, but I do think Hottie. I originally, when we gave our predictions, me and you said Derek, I said Hottie, and I think he can be tossed up between the two. So if either one of them get, I'm not surprised. But I think to make this interesting here, I'll say Hottie.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you're gonna lose. So I think Derek will win. I think Hottie could slide down to 3, maybe.
Who's second? Hunter Labrada?
Absolutely not. Honestly, he needs a little bit of time, and those shakes add up over the years. Great shape. I don't think he's going to get better than he was last year, though. Not with the rest of the field getting better, right? All these guys are getting better, which is kinda
Andrew
cool.
Jack second?
No, don't think he's up there yet either.
Samson?
I think he can be up there. And then and then I think Curry should be decent. He'll be in the top 4, I think.
Listen,
Better not fucking over sharpen his photos again.
I think Curry. You know what? I'm going to give the real prediction right here.
Uh-oh.
What was the other one? A fake one?
Derek in first.
You can't change. No. You gotta start Hottie.
No,
Buddy.
this is true.
Sorry. Hottie's one. There's
Derek?
two. Okay.
Hottie, Andrew, Samson, Curry.
Okay, so we're somewhat close, except my one is Derek, your one is Hottie. All right.
And I have Andrew over Samson. Bro,
Yeah, you have Andrew. I just think
Andrew's a dog. He's a pretty dog.
he could be good. He's just taller. Again, it's harder to put on that type of muscle.
He's been putting it on.
Okay, well, we'll see, right? So when he gets his 4th place finish, we'll go from there.
So you're saying fourth? Well, yeah, 'cause he's had, yeah.
Yeah, I could see him 4th
Fifth? Curry
or
said?
5th. I could see Curry beating him too, but, well, I'll stick with what I said originally. But, yeah, so...
Do you think in the current lineup there are any bodybuilders that can hold a reign, like, say, the past ones, like Jay Cutler, Ronnie, Phil Heath? In the current lineup today, do you see a bodybuilder?
Of those 3 guys you just named?
No, just
Cutler,
like of
Coleman?
the top five. Top 5. Are there, because there's some bodybuilders
what was the
that have
question?
potential. Are there any bodybuilders in this current era that have the potential to hold a
reign?
long-term reign? Yeah.
No, not yet. I think there's
I think it's
potential.
too early to say in this year.
Yeah, I think there's potential, like I said, and I always point to Derek because I just think he's fresh to the open stage, right?
crazy, yeah.
So I think when you see somebody come on the scene into that magnitude and do so well,
Yeah.
you rarely, when they're younger, do they get worse, unless there's a health thing. So God forbid, right? I hope he stays healthy. I just do think he's only going to get better, right? So,
Damn.
So why do you think, for open bodybuilders specifically,
yep.
say if you're like you're not top 5, but you constantly keep coming back, why do you think those bodybuilders put themselves in that position? Just because obviously, like, bodybuilding itself, guys, it's not very lucrative unless if you have businesses built around it or a self-brand. So for those who are competing, obviously the Olympia, it's the creme de la creme. But like, say your second call out, say you're like right outside top 10 and you're not getting any better, but you'll still see sometimes bodybuilders constantly keep going. So why do you think mentally they just put themselves in that position?
Well, I think at the end of the day, all those guys are very focused on being the best they can possibly be, and to win, you have to compete, right? You got to put your foot in the ring. So, I think being that that's the Olympia, which is like the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, to be able to qualify and to do that is no easy feat. So I know sometimes people get 15th, 16th, and we might look at it like, oh, you got destroyed, but hey, like, that person qualifies. That means they're legitimately very good because they've won an open show somewhere. But I think it's very hard pill for some people to swallow, to where recognizing, hey, I'm actually not going to get better here, because that would start to have to impact their mental state, right?
Yeah.
All those guys became really good because they have some kind of selfishness to them to be that good, and they probably proved doubters wrong at some point, and they've always just persevered through whatever obstacle. The obstacle of genetics, and hey, this person is just physically have smaller joints structure, right? They're wider clavicles.
Genetically
you
different.
can't beat that, right? So at some point, it's hard for them to realize, like, to chalk it up, because at no point in their career at that point, when people might have told them, hey, you should probably quit, you're not going to be any good, they've always proven them otherwise. Maybe year after year after year, 3 or 4 years in a row, you get beat. It's like, all right. And then that's when we point back to, you remember Phil and Kai. I think Kai's last Olympia, I think he got second, and he just stopped after that. He obviously could have still placed top 5, but for him, at what point? What did it matter, right?
Yeah.
He was either going to compromise his health, and for him, all he wanted to do was win.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, bodybuilding is, you don't make money. So if people get into this for money, the wrong idea. You're never going to make money from actual bodybuilding. Those contract days are like long gone, to where those top guys get paid a ton. You can do well and make a brand for yourself, but if you're competing because you want to make money, if that's someone's like top reason, like, hey, I want to become rich, this is not. You're not going to get.
Sport.
No, it's like I said. I mean,
There are a lot of
it's
businesses.
an expensive
related to
hobby.
bodybuilding.
You know, at the end of the day, it's super expensive for anything you could choose to do. Bodybuilding is more expensive than anything combined, almost.
Yeah.
You know.
In terms of like everything needed, like.
And then there's no price you can put on your health, but that's the most precious thing in life, I think, right? If I said, hey, you want to take 10 years off your life or live 10 years longer, I don't care if you're 60 or 70, you're probably going to choose to live a little longer.
Yeah.
At some point. But right now, it's bodybuilding or die for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And at some point, like, when they realize that they hit their climax and it's not their fault,
Yeah.
right? They can't blame anyone. So you'll see sometimes guys switch coaches at those top levels just to hopefully gain just an inch,
Yeah.
right? Because their entire life they've been kind of getting better and better and better. So now that they're at that top level, it's hard for them to kind of swallow, like, hey, I'll never be better than this. And I think when they have that realization, it comes with also, now you've doubted yourself. So what is the point of continuing?
Mm-hmm. So for you, for example, because obviously when you were competing when you were younger, I'm sure you had that mindset bodybuilding over everything to some extent. When did, I guess, that transition happen? Because obviously now, like, you're much more in tune with the bodybuilding industry from, I guess, a coach's perspective, or just from a, like, overarching perspective rather than the competitor. So when, I guess, did you have that, I guess not epiphany, but that realization where it's just like, hey, like, I'm more successful in this realm rather than here?
I guess it came down to ultimately what I want out of a life, right? When I first got into competing, it was more so I was always a fatter kid, so I was just never in shape. I didn't know what it's like to have abs. So I'm like, hey, I want to do what I can.
Calves, though.
From being fat, probably, right? Being that baby cow. So that was my reasoning for doing it. I never wanted to be an Olympian. And then when I started to be around those that were pretty good, I happened to position myself to be around really successful guys, right? That were either really good amateur competitors or now, I mean, being around Nick, right? He's literally, we're talking about him winning the Olympia. Yeah. That was like a training partner for a long time.
2018, 2019?
Yeah, for 2 years. So like being around that made me realize, like, hey, he's not necessarily doing anything I'm not doing. Like, this is where genetics start to play a role, right? Like, I have obviously other responsibilities that maybe he didn't have, but I can't go to say, hey, I wasn't putting in the effort, right? That's where there's a difference, where when I started to ultimately reflect on, like, what do I really want out of this? For me to try to keep up with Nick, because that's the division I'd be in, I'm going to kill myself. Like, that ain't happening, right? It's just, that's just reality. I could do well, but I'll never be at that stage. Like, that's crazy.
So for you, even from the beginning, you always had, I guess, that realistic, objective approach to bodybuilding. Because a lot of thing is, like, I'll give it to the top pros or the top freaks that are out there. There's a form of delusion in there, because they just tunnel vision and shut off everything around them, and then they go. So,
and that's why they're very successful, and that's where the selfish part comes in. So, like, just considering, hey, I'm trying to I was always working in the corporate world. I didn't want to be broke, But a lot of these guys, sometimes you hear their success stories, like, they have no money, and they spend everything they have on bodybuilding, and then it happens to work. I was never willing to put myself in that position, to have to depend on my body, which was never a physical specimen to begin with, right? So I just enjoy seeing people's progress, and that's where I became more satisfied. Like, hey, I can actually play a part of seeing someone still do great. It's not me personally, but I do feel I play an integral role in the development of somebody. So, like, that's more satisfying, more lucrative, and it's healthier. So I can still put my feet in that Super Bowl one day and be healthy, right? And I'm not compromised, because the hard part is all those competitors. And I remind any athletes that are, like, signing contracts, and we've had the discussion, like, sometimes people with companies, those companies don't actually care. Like, if something happens, they're paying you based on how you look currently and what dollars you bring in, right? Where in the contract is the insurance clauses that, hey, if you can never compete again, we got you for the next 5-10 years? You're not going to see that, right? So it's very dangerous when that is your job.
Profession.
If you didn't create a brand for yourself and monetize and have real estate or different
severance
assets,
packages,
that's really scary. Like, so, and I say it to you, man, like, you have right now, social media exists. In 5 years, I don't know what Instagram looks like. I can imagine, if I had to guess, it won't be free. Just like people pay for blue check marks, right? You would have to pay probably to be in the algorithm, getting exposed to certain people, right? Because that would make sense. Think how much money people could make and how many people would pay. If I said, hey, I'll show you your thing to 1 million people if you pay this, I'll show it to 50 people if you don't pay. What are you going to do? Ultimately, you're like, well, fuck, all right, I'm going to pay, right? So that's where I see social media probably going. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very in tune with just being realistic, man, right? Playing sports, I guess, growing up as well. You played soccer. You were pretty good, right? I don't know what sport you might have played, but it's no different. Like I see star athletes that are like they don't even try and they're good, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, if this person had a work ethic, like they run laps around me, you know. So that's all I can go off of. What do you have to say?
These are some great conversations. They were great.
You're
Seriously.
yawning and stuff. So
No, I wasn't
tell
yawning.
us how you feel.
You guys were talking and yipping and yapping, and I had some things I had to share. I just waited for you guys to be done.
It's okay. Go.
You said Ian Vayer was 6th last year, or 8th?
Something like that.
He's 11th.
Yeah,
The year
that's
before
right.
he was 6.
Because
The year before he was
dropped
6,
out.
and this year he
Okay,
was
so you got
top 10.
sorry.
that's what I saw. I was like,
Apologize.
I saw that.
Reliving the
about
glory days.
7 minutes ago. I'll be honest, bro. You ruled that conversation. I was listening. I just don't remember what you just asked me here to answer. Your client sending you check-ins?
Nah, Matt texted me.
Oh,
Which Matt?
Jansen.
what do you say?
No, I just asked him how he was feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I can only imagine if I was a coach.
Well, I mean, this is
I was
honestly.
looking- if we were competing for a pro card and 2 days out you can't do it, I'm gonna be like,
I mean, this
bro,
is,
we spent a lot of time for this. Like this sucks.
this is exclusive content. Can you share it? Is it shareable?
No, I can't. Okay.
Well, Nick's
But I think he would have did well, right? That's the
Yeah.
general consensus. I think anybody that sees, I think Matt shared some pictures yesterday.
Yeah.
I originally saw him on Facebook, but then I saw him on Instagram.
Bro,
And
you
he
still
looked- he
use
looked-
Facebook?
No, because someone had posted. I'm like,
He's old.
Matt posted on Facebook. Fuck off. Fuck off. You know what? The end of the day, the pictures, you want to pull them up. He looked phenomenal. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like this guy could have been really good.
Do Matt Jansen's? Oh, it is. Oh.
So, yeah. But what did you say prior to that? What was your opinion on the matter of competing and?
Well, for you, you're in a different situation.
Yeah,
so this is
making
where the
money in it.
dynamic. So now he's a coach. He's competed. Obviously, he's older. He's wiser.
Still going for the pro card, bro. Okay. She's talking
Wait,
about.
wait,
bro.
wait. Are you really?
She's talking about.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you
Look at
actually?
my
Are you
bio.
gonna compete again?
Yeah.
When?
I don't believe it. It's the yeah for me.
What you mean when? I can't tell this story. Then I got to hold myself to it.
There's
Sure you
actually.
can. Make this the statement.
No. I'll be back.
You'll be back.
Whether I compete or not, I will.
Bless you.
That's disgusting, bro.
Did I?
You sneezed on the entire table.
I don't see a drop.
Anyway,
So, seriously, like.
seriously, I've
would-
been on a diet for 8 days. I've been like locked in.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I've been like,
Yeah, the skin's getting tighter.
don't touch me. I'll get back to where I was. But as far as
Bro, you
competing,
said
like I said,
small boy, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck do you mean?
because I look at I look at other supers and I'm like, I can't. I'm not a super. I look at that.
Yeah, but I mean, for you, bro, like that's when you were fucking glocked out. You
So
look nuts.
it's just, that's how hard. Like bodybuilding is pretty tough, man. It's not easy,
Yeah.
especially like open. I think it's very challenging. So
Who is that?
an abused soldier. That backyard, did you? So on a side note, that house resold. Did you see that?
Yo, Aunt told me that.
Did you see
Yeah.
that? They made some money.
Yeah, the house that we originally had got sold again.
Yeah. Could have bought a gym, man.
We could have bought a gym.
Could have bought a whole gym.
For what?
With the extra money we would have made.
Well,
We just hang on to it for a little long and use our interior designer that made out like a bandit.
their house did look sweet. It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, like I said, I'd like to get back to, I want to be able to compete, be able to.
Yeah.
Whether or not I do, again, comes down to what do I really get from it.
Yeah.
Again, it comes with being selfish. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, those around me are now going to, if I have clients competing, I don't think I can be the best coach if I'm glocked out, quote unquote, right? So, but I want to be able to train and like bury people
Intense,
and
yeah.
feel like not restricted. So it's been fun the last couple of days. I've been able to like
Actually
push in the
move.
gym and like
Yeah.
my knees are feeling better. Like I'm able to sit off the toilet bowl, no issues. It's been a long time since I could say that, you know?
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What was the question that either you or you had for me?
I mean, I guess it was more, the question was more directed toward me being realistic with
Uh-huh.
not seeing myself as at that level and still not like abandoning everything altogether, but taking a different route. But for you, obviously, you're in a different spot, right?
Yeah, so-
you're young, you're doing well
athlete.
already, but now how do you continue to get better and be a little delusional almost
Yeah.
in your thought process if you want to be successful, you know?
Because for him, it's like he's at the point in his life where he almost is reflecting backwards.
Yeah.
But you're in it. You're living through this right now. So it's almost for you, the question would
Yeah.
get kind of reformed into what are the daily thoughts or the, like, what are just consistent things you abide by that keep you locked in because you like at the end of the day, you're chasing that pro card. You're chasing to be the best. You're chasing to hit the road to the Olympia one day. So it's like, where, if you could reflect on it real quick, where do you find yourself like when the motivation gets low? Like, where do you go to like keep you back in?
I would say motivation never gets low because that is my goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's never real low motivation.
Yeah.
It's like work at the end of the day of I know what I have to do every single day on my task sheet, whatever, to check off the boxes to know
checklist.
this is what I got to do to progress every single day. I do think into the future. I'm like, all right, like I got to be patient. In an X amount of years, I hope I reach my goal.
Mm-hmm.
But like we were talking about previously in the podcast, right? You necessarily don't make money through competing. So then I obviously think about business endeavors and how I'll be okay and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which, like I did now in my past, I would like to use competing popularity to leverage the businesses I
tool.
want to
Yes.
make. And then when I hit an age like Kyle, probably coach.
An age like me, you say it as if I'm this 40-year-old male.
I'm gonna say it like you're 31.
I'm back, bro. I'm back.
Bro, I turned
January 28th.
dude, I turned 25 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Time flies, though, right? You see how quick it
Bro,
goes,
I
though.
can rent a car now.
Grant can rent a car without.
I met Ant, bro. I just turned 21.
Yeah. Wait, more importantly, there's other shows happening this weekend.
Isaiah show.
Yeah, your boy.
Yes.
How's he looking?
He lost a lot of weight recently.
Yeah, he's been dropping this week. Like as we've been depleting, he's been
Bro, his
improving.
midsection like tightened the fuck up.
Yeah, he looks better. I think he's better than he was the previous time he competed, which is always the goal, right? Every time you compete, you should be better.
Can you show me check and see us today?
His show's
Yeah,
Saturday,
he never
right?
shows like the best lighting. His show's Saturday. It's up in
So this will be going on
Passaic,
Friday.
I think.
So right before.
Yeah. So interesting why they're doing a show the same weekend as the Olympia.
Yeah, I don't know why they would ever do that, but good luck, Isaiah.
So like his pictures are not
Rooting
the
for you,
best
buddy.
lighting, but like you could see he's like lean, you know.
He's lean
Like
for
you see
sure.
his lower back,
His calves were striated.
but he just needs more muscle overall to like be good. But I
His
think
back,
right
his
now
back
is
little
20%.
bicep always makes me laugh.
Wait right now.
he was like 145 this morning,
Wow, he is.
so he's dropped like
140.
6 pounds.
144.6. That's not why I'm laughing though. Bro, his feet.
Bro, what?
Ew, bro. Why are you zooming on your man's feet, bro? That's gross.
We can't show that.
I'm not gonna show that.
Yeah, so I don't remember the exact. He's definitely leaner than he was last time.
Yeah, no, he's
He might be
sharpened up.
closer in weight after this week depleting, but he's definitely put on some muscle, and he didn't have any off season or
Yeah.
he didn't have any kind of.
Oh,
Oh, good job, Isaiah. We're all proud of you.
So I hope he does well. His posing, I've been
helping
doing my
him?
best to just suggest.
Yeah.
I've sent him to Anthony numerous times, and I think even like Garland helped him.
Weston,
Don't.
did you can you show me photos of Isaiah 2 weeks ago to now? I'm just curious to compare them. This thing was like 155, so it's a 10-pound weight drop. I just want to see
Damn.
where the 10 pounds came off of.
Probably came off a little bit from his midsection, maybe his lower back, his legs.
Because I'll say he looked full as a house when I saw. Not as a house, but as full as he can get.
Go ahead while I'm looking for this.
Yeah.
So I mean that wraps up the Olympia talk, right? So
Yeah, Olympia
you'll
talk's
be there,
done.
second row, second section, right? The silver package.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'm curious where that is on the map.
you're on the floor.
stoked. I am.
You're on the floor. There's two. So there's this inside bar for, I think it's the platinum or the whatever, like the top one.
Uh-huh.
You go in there. There's this row here. There's like an arch here. That's for gold, and then right behind it is silver.
Damn.
Yes.
All right, the gold VIP is just gold level seating. Oh, and they get us. Oh no, I can go to the Olympia Superstar Seminar
When's that? Sunday?
Sunday. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I wonder where the silver level is. It's not showing. That sucks.
Yeah.
But I think this should be a very interesting Olympia. Kyle, should we put like a money line on it?
If
Quick
you want to
picks?
lose,
I don't really know what a money line means. I hear that term used though.
it's basically a wager. We could place a friendly wager.
You want to put money on it?
Well, you said that Hottie's gonna win. I said that Derek's gonna win.
No, I gave you my
think
line.
that's all we need to bet on.
I gave you the one that I said with Andrew and.
No, you can't change your predictions. You've made them. It's recorded live. You have to own up to it. Take ownership.
I'm gonna subpoena that camera.
Right.
I'm watching a lot of Suits lately.
Okay. But
That still doesn't make sense, bro.
What?
You're gonna subpoena the camera.
Well, it's using it as evidence, I believe. Well, you can use it in trial. Subpoena is like you can use it in trial for evidence.
So, Ant, you got your last. I mean, you're in your last push of your off season right now. How?
Yep.
Are you,
I feel good. I'm tightening up. It's 226 this morning, Kyle.
that's impressive. It's good.
Dropped some weight.
you know what's crazy? Do you remember in what show were we in? Maybe it was North Americans.
In 2020?
Yeah, you look.
Pittsburgh?
You look at Kyle. You're like, Big Rami, big ass.
Yes, yeah, that's that.
Was that North Americans?
That was North Americans
right
in
before
the
the
elevator.
steakhouse.
Right before the dinner, yep.
But at that point, you're shooting for the weight of what? I think it was 230, and you're you're here. So 3 years.
Yeah. I pretty much put on 10 pounds a year. I was thinking about that last night.
Yeah.
Crazy story to tell you guys, too.
Okay.
But I was thinking about it last night. I was like, damn. I was like, from the show I did in 2021 where I won, I was about 180 on stage.
Easterns?
Yeah.
You're 180 on.
No, not Easterns. One after that. Atlantic States.
Yes.
I was like 180. And then in 2024, when I compete, that'll be 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I think I'll be like 205 or something like that. We'll see.
At least 20 pounds.
That's 20 pounds. That's stage weight.
Yeah.
But in general, before I prepped for that show in January of 2021, I weighed 195. That was my starting weight when we started that prep. And then fast forward to when we start this prep, I'm already 225 right now. And that hasn't even been 3 years. So that's already 30 pounds up. So hopefully for the next 2 more months
good.
or so. Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, yeah.
And then now we wait another 3 years, bro. 250, some shit like that. Kyle,
Bro,
one
it's
day I'm gonna be bigger than you.
Probably.
Like
Especially
you-
if you keep
Crazy to
injuring
me.
me.
But do you realize that? Like,
You put a year damper on me.
I will be bigger than you one day. And I don't mean that in a cocky standpoint, but like I will just evolve and get my mid-20s and then be like,
Probably.
Bro, you're 21, dude. Like when you're.
By the time you're 25, yeah, and if you're not,
By
then
the time
you.
you're 25, I'm Kyle's age. And then by the time you're 25, Kyle's actually 40.
Yeah, you got like 4 years left, bro.
what?
You got like 4 years of bodybuilding.
No, I don't.
Be at your peak, and
Maybe
that's
you
over.
do. 4 years.
Master starts at 35, bro. I'm chilling.
Oh, you're right. You can play.
I'll
Masters.
never. You ain't gonna catch me.
Um,
Fastest Olympia.
I honestly had a freak
That's
out
you gotta
last
give
night.
up in life. Stop that shit.
I had a very scary moment last night. This is off topic.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we can wrap up the podcast after this conversation. After you show me the Isaiah photos, you can go pee. So, last night I went to bed, right?
It'll be fast.
It'll be fast. I went to bed. And you know when you lose circulation in your arm, you can't feel it?
Yes.
I woke up, and I swear to God, my arm had no blood in it whatsoever. I couldn't even, it was just dead hanging. I couldn't move it at all. And I realized it, and I tried moving it. I felt like a hanging dead limb. I thought I lost my arm. And I freaked the fuck out. I woke up. I was like, Allie. I was like, oh my God. I was like, touch my arm. Like, because I needed blood flow back. And bro, it was like 15 seconds of like waiting for blood to rush in. And then finally I was able to move my fingers again slightly. It was the scariest thing ever. Because that's what it felt like to have like a limb detached. You don't care.
No, I
Isn't that
do.
a sign of.
It's probably how he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Most
Okay.
people like. depending
I
how
sleep
you
like
sleep.
Yeah.
You sleep on your arm.
Just lose
so.
circulation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because that
But
happened
yeah,
to me
I
after a
mean, that
nap
could
before
be-
too.
I guess I would imagine that's what it feels like if you lose your arm. Yeah. Well, I think there's reports where people like if you get amputated, like people still think like,
They think
They have
yes,
an arm.
they have a
yeah,
they have that.
those senses. I think they still shoot down.
Because my Allie's uncle lost his finger and he still thinks he can like wiggle it sometimes and he's like, oh, that's not there.
It's not there.
Yeah,
I hope it's not there.
that's crazy. Do you have the photos of Isaiah? And
I
then we
do.
could wrap it up and go
Yeah.
potty.
Just use the bathroom right behind you.
So
Oh, damn.
it's not too bad. You know?
Yeah.
I think he's
Wait,
made
these
some
are both at his
improvements.
house though.
That's a week apart. He's been back for a week. That's 153.4 to whatever he was.
Left is 153.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's tightened up a lot.
A lot sharper.
A lot sharper.
It's just like
and-
basically water retention. Not like he did something crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully
job,
no stress,
Isaiah.
maybe.
All right, sweet.
So-
All right, someone outro it.
Any final words
No, we're done.
other than your defeat on your prediction?
How much money you want to lose, Ant?
I don't gamble like some losers from high school.
High school, like how grown adults gamble.
I went out to a bar this weekend because I never go out to bars.
You went to a what?
bar. Exactly.
He went to Jenks, bro.
And a kid from my high school came up to me, hasn't seen me in years, drunk, and he was like, "Bro, what's up, Ant?" I was like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" He's like, "Oh, not too bad." He's like, "I lost 1.8K on Monday." I was like, "Oh, bro, that's stupid." He's like, "Nah, bro, it's pocket change." I was like, "Yeah, pocket change." He's like, "No."
I was stressed.
I was like, "Yeah, I was stressed." I was like, "All right, buddy."
Yeah.
Silly moves, but
What is that, like sports gambling or something?
no,
Casino gambling.
casino.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, you suck at wrapping this up.
Wow.
See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in on this episode of the Iron Bros, number
We will
11.
be getting back to schedule soon.
Yep, next week. Young LA codes all across the board is Sir, Grant, and Ant. And what? See you soon? What's this?
Sir, Grant, and Ant.
To Delu.
Toodaloo.